Hi, I'm Mari from FORZA, and today I'm here with Ruth Mencías from the Logistics Department, and we're going to learn how to weld.
We are in the north center of Guadalajara, heading towards the industrial buildings of FORZA Laser, where we will check if welding is as easy as we've been told in previous videos.
Some customers ask us about their concerns regarding this type of welding, specifically about the industrial safety we need to have in order to weld with a fiber laser machine. Personally, I've never welded. I don't know about you, Ruth. Have you ever welded?
No, never. It's my first time too.
And what would be one of your concerns about learning to weld?
Just this thing about safety, whether I need any kind of protection, if it's easy or if it requires some kind of greater strength as well.
We arrived at our assembly factory and our showroom in Guadalajara.
This is the Global Distribution Center for FORZA Laser. This is where the magic happens. The manufacturing, the distribution, and everything incredible happens here to improve the metalworking industry.
We're now with our dear engineer, Christian Mazabanda, ready to start welding, so go ahead and tell us, Christian.
Hello everyone, today in the welding area of the FORZA laser plant, we demonstrate the welding process. For welding, we need the FORZA solder, a wire feeder, and argon as the shielding gas. Whenever we are going to weld, we need, in our case, our equipment, which will be the FORZA solder, our wire feeder, the shielding gas, which in this case will be argon, and with that we can start welding. As for protective equipment, what do we need? We need some goggles and gloves that will allow us to weld, and that would be all. So the welding process always starts turning on our machine. Our machine has a main breaker located at the back. So we turn it on, and then what we need to do is press the two buttons at the front. We check that the emergency stop is not on, and we press the first button, which will turn on the screen. Once the screen is on, we turn on the laser source, our water cooler.
Perfect. How many watts of power does this welder have?
Alright, our welder, our FORZA solder that we have here is 1500 watts. Another process before we start welding is to open our argon gas. We turn the knob and check that the pressure is set. The machine has the capacity to work from 2 to 6 bars. How do we know that the machine is ready to weld? Well, we need to check that our screen doesn't show any alarms. So we go to the monitor screen and verify that everything is green. Okay, so everything is green, we are ready for the welding process. On the welding table, we will find the pieces that we are going to weld, a sheet for practice. You don't need any kind of certification. This type of welding is very forgiving. You can start from scratch. What might be necessary, it's just that the person needs to have a steady hand or at least some practice when they are about to start.
Okay, let's see how we're doing with our steady hand.
So we will always check that the red light is on. Okay. And also what we need to do now is activate our laser source. So we go to our screen and activate the part that says laser switch and the part that says feeder switch. Once both are active, we can start welding. If you notice, we have a clamp connected to our welding table that allows us to do that in conventional processes. Normally, this clamp would close the circuit, but here it's more of a safety device, meaning the laser will never fire even if we activate it, the button, as long as the clamp and the gun are in contact. Now let's start welding. Let's check and see what speed we currently have exactly on our feeder.
All right. What is the recommended speed for achieving a good weld?
Well, the speed will depend a lot on the material you are going to weld. In this case, we are going to weld a stainless steel. That is about 1 millimeter thick. So we will use a speed of 12. And for example, we will use a power of 550 watts. As you can see, we are not using full power that the machine has, since the machine has a power of 1500 watts. To start welding, the first thing you need is gloves to protect yourself from the heat and the goggles I mentioned earlier. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is practice. We're going to set the gun down. If you notice, the nozzle is touching the table. Once we have that, we press the button and then guide it slowly, carefully and precisely. So now you all are going to try it.
All right, ready. All right, Chris, I'm ready. Is this the button I have to press right here?
It's this one right here. All right. There you go. See, it has already lifted up into the air just as expected. Yes, it was the first time. The first one, you did much better this time.
Uh-huh. Correct.
Wow. We'll love you.
The material's melted all right?
Okay. Perfect.
And you just press this little button as long as you have nozzle touching the material.
Okay. And straight, right?
For our sample, what we're going to do is weld these phone holders. In this case, we're going to join two materials that are at an angle. So for that, we're going to use the same nozzle. There's no need to change it.
Do you want to start? Okay, let's go. Let's go in the same order. That's it. There it is.
Let's see. Indeed, a groom has been created.
Ready? Okay.
Welding is forgiving. It's all about practice. Guidance from an expert is necessary, but the rest is practice. After practicing, I feel like a welder. While it is necessary to have someone with some expertise to guide you, everything else is process of practice. As you said, 1,000. Let's see how it goes. After practice, I already feel like a welder. Let's see.
Let's see how it turns out after practice. I already feel like a welder. Let's see. Can I clean that weld bead too?
Sure, you can clean it the same way. The FORZA solder has a function for cleaning the weld bead.
Excellent.
In fact, here we have the attachment. Before we start cleaning, when we're going to clean, the first thing is to carefully remove the nozzle that we used for welding. So we very gently loosen the screw and simply and safely remove it. And what we're going to do is also remove this part of the filler material. Okay, got it. So are you all going to do the cleaning yourselves? We need to change the function of our welding force. So for that, on the screen, in one corner, we're going to find a symbol that allows us to open all the functions that welding has. In this case, welding, cutting, weld bead cleaning, and remote cleaning. We're going to use weld bead cleaning, which would be our third option. We press the button, switch to this function, and then we confirm it. Ready? Right now we have our weld bead clean.
It's just that simply no. Let's see, indeed, little point.
Yeah.
What happened, Yusen? Oh, it turned out well, especially at the beginning.
Sure, look, at the beginning the cleaning worked really well. In the end, I do think maybe your pulse or the fact that the piece was a bit tilted. The same, literally the same.
I feel like no. Let's see, I'm going to get rid of the little gremlins. Okay, yes. Okay.
So, Ruth and how did you find the experience? I hope this experience has been very enriching for you. How did it go for you in this part of welding with our solar power?
Thank you, Chris, for your time and for teaching us about this wonderful machine. From the logistics area, it feels very different to handle one of our machines. We make sure that the machines arrive at 100% pristine condition to our clients, but using them gives us a better understanding of the needs we have and how we can use them. What did you think?
Mari, you know, Ruth, that I have sold these machines and I have also assisted other engineers during welding. So at first I expected it to be 100% clean, Yusen, because I've seen that the weld beads come out very clean at the beginning, right? And the fact of handling a machine gives me a totally different perspective because I see that it's very simple, that it's just practice and control. And also, if at the beginning your weld bead, like in my case, didn't come out as clean as I expected, we can use another feature. So I really liked the experience and thank you, 2009.
I also congratulate you on your weld beads. For being your first time, they turned out really, really well. It's a matter, as you said, of practice. We need to practice a bit more. And we, from the technical team, always give you the opportunity to come and use the machines that are ours, which we sell and deliver with great pleasure so that our clients can always work and be at 100% with their machines.
That's all for today. We learned how to weld and clean with the FORZA solder.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. See you next time. See you next time.